Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Coming up today on FST News, do you have spirit? We go through the final days of Spirit Week. And you might have what it takes to be a part of the student government. We'll tell you what Student Council is looking for in candidates. All this and more today on FST News, your eyes and ears around the hill. Good morning. Today is Thursday, February 14th. We don't have to tell you, it's raining out there. I'm Reed Peterson. Happy Valentine's Day to you and your significant other. Spirit Week is continuing on. Today, you're going into the wild with San Diego Safari Day, and tomorrow we're going to see double as you wear the same clothes as your bestie because it's Twin Day. There's been a lot of talk about an assembly on Friday. No, there is no assembly this week. It's just a Spirit Week for Sadies. Student Council is part of any successful high school. The organization presents you and plans events for everyone on campus. Do you want to be a part of the program that makes changes to your school? If you want to run for student body position, applications are due on the 19th for juniors and seniors. If you're planning on running, you can talk to Student Council Advisor Wyatt Aping in room 743 for an application. Misspellings happen, and it's a common error we make, right? See right there on the graphic, but you don't want to be permanent, and neither does the amazing team at the Peregrine Yearbook. Now is the time to check that your name is spelled correctly in the yearbook. There are pictures and names hanging up in the cafeteria and outside the Peregrine office in room 741. Check them out. If your name is misspelled, please just let the editor or Tobler know and they'll make the corrections. As we all know, every year, couples here in the United States celebrate the once-a-year holiday of Valentine's Day. Couples usually give each other gifts like boxes of chocolate, giant teddy bears, and some even go to the next level and get down on one knee. But have you ever wondered how Valentine's Day is celebrated around the world? Our first stop is Europe. In Italy, they celebrate with a romantic festival filled with enthusiasm, as you see here. And loads of gifts are also exchanged. Valentine's Day was initially celebrated as a spring festival and held in the open air around gardens and trees, where people would listen to music and read poetry. We also found out that unmarried girls believe that if they woke up before sunrise, the first man they see on Valentine's Day would marry them within a year. So these unmarried girls would make sure they woke up early on Valentine's Day and stand by their window to wait for a man to pass by. Now we head on over to Denmark. This holiday is mostly celebrated by younger people, but there are 3 traditions a lot of people in Denmark carefully follow in hopes of a successful and romance-filled life. First things first, you must have a lover's card. Second, a custom of white flowers, and lastly, gækkebrev. So, a lover's card is just any card, usually colorful and filled with charming Valentine's messages. Lover's cards used to be transparent cards that reflect the picture of a lover presenting their beloved a wonderful gift. The second tradition is a custom of white flowers. These are simply white flowers you give to your friends or lovers. And lastly, the tradition of gækkebrev. This is said to date back to the 18th century. This is where a loved one writes a special love poem or romantic note. It is usually customary for the sender to write down a rhyme for his or her beloved and not sign their name. The receiver is then supposed to guess the name of the sender, and if they guess it right, they get rewarded with an Easter egg on that very year. The point of this is to have fun with a guessing game. For our last destination, we head down over to China. Now in China, they celebrate on the 7th day of the 7th lunar month in the Chinese calendar. Hence, the day is also called the Double Seven Festival, or the Night of Sevens. This year, that day will be on August 7th. During this time, Chinese girls on the night of their Valentine's Day offer prayers to the weaving maid star and seek blessings to become smarter. When the star Vega is high up in the sky, the girls perform a test by putting a needle on the surface of water. If the needle doesn't sink, it's a sign of the girl's maturity and smartness, telling that she is ready to find a husband. With the diversity of different traditions, I hope you can try some of these with your Valentine. We all associate the 14th of February with gifts and spend time with our loved ones, but the holiday of love has quite a dark and twisted history. The legend starts off with a priest named Valentine who served during 3rd century Rome. Emperor Claudius II decided that single men made better soldiers than those with wives and families, so he outlawed marriage for young men. When Valentine realized the injustice of this decree, he went against the emperor and continued to perform marriages for young lovers in secret. When Valentine's actions were discovered, Claudius ordered that he be sent to prison and put to death. Also, according to one legend, the imprisoned Valentine actually sent the first Valentine greeting to a young girl he fell in love with, possibly his jailer's daughter, who visited him during confinement. Before his death, it alleged that he wrote her a single letter from your Valentine, an expression that is still in use today. Although the truth behind Valentine legend is not clear, the stories all show his appeal as a sympathetic, heroic, and most importantly, a romantic figure. By the Middle Ages, maybe thanks to his reputation, Valentine would become one of the most popular saints in England and France. Not everyone has that significant other with whom to celebrate Valentine's Day. While some people love Valentine's Day, others hate the holiday. What can you do? That's where anti-Valentine's Day finds its roots. Here at FST News, we want to make sure everyone can participate in today's festivities. If you hate Valentine's, WikiHow has some suggestions. You could throw an anti-Valentine's Day bash, only invite signals to your party and hand out black roses. Have a white elephant gift exchange or even get a heart pinata to destroy, all in the name of love, of course. It might be a little late for this, but stop by the grocery store and get a Valentine's Day cake. Eat it completely alone. Yep, all by yourself. Make a mess. Seriously, dive into it. There should be cake on your face when you're done. Enjoy that single life. Sometimes relationships can be painful. Go out to eat by yourself or with a platonic friend. Make it extra special by going to a fancy place and dress down or casually. To make it even more special, ask them for candles and look disapprovingly at the other couples, 'cause gross. And finally, reward your single friends by getting them gifts. Just the single ones, not the ones who are in a relationship, 'cause after all, it is anti-Valentine's Day. It is a day for singles, right? Time to punish those people who throw their relationships in our faces. Rude! However you celebrate today, make sure to have fun and enjoy. And with that, we're done with our show. Thank you so much for joining us on this rainy Valentine's Day. Stay dry, Falcons.